Hi YouTube, it's Mitchell here. Um, I've just got my Nano out for a little bit, for a little wonder, as like I don't like being in the Viv all the time. I feel it's lovely setup. I've given him logs and stuff to go up, so because he's semi-arboreal, I've given him logs and stuff to go on, but you just want to give them that extra bit of freedom. It's just that exercise that they need. And where you going, cheeky man? It's that extra bit of exercise. All my animals. I've just got a towel down, but I'll explain that in a minute. All my animals have got. Where is he? Oh, he's gonna be awkward. Show your face to the camera. He's just perched like that, going, no, I don't want to. Yeah. So I have them out as exercise. The Viv's lovely, but they shouldn't be in there for long periods of time. They should have exercise periods, which I believe any animal should. Show your beautiful face. Oh, that's why are you doing all the poses where the camera's not facing? Do a pose. I think he's doing this on purpose. Okay, then you don't want to go on camera. He's very camera shy by the looks of it. But yeah, you just anyone who owns snakes, I'm sure they know. Plenty of exercise. It's a little bit of enrichment for the animal, and he might come up to the camera in a minute because he's right by there. Say hello to the camera. Oh. He's actually pointing at my screen, but because he's right by the camera, you can't see that. Bit of a bad idea putting it at that angle, wasn't it? There you go, gorgeous man. Yeah, so it's just good exercise for him. But the reason I've got the towel out today is we've just tried a bath, haven't we? Because he hasn't, believe it or not, when my brother had him, he's only ever had one bath, and he was quite small when you. Oh. That's a nice pose for the camera. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. He's had one bath since my brother's had him. He doesn't suffer with shedding problems, whereas Sasha, my boa, she has got quite a few shedding problems, and I do worry for her next shed. I've upped her food, so it could be any time now that she sheds. Really, obviously you have to wait for him to go in the blue first, and luckily there's no signs of that yet, so with a bit of luck she should be okay. But he's never had shed problems, and he's always shedded gorgeous. It's a whole shed, so the humidity must be right. We must be doing something right. I've always had a trick with the snakes. I always put, if I used aspen as the bedding excuse me, sorry about that. If I've always used aspen as the bedding, then I'd put the water dish gently, because obviously if you get aspen wet, it causes mites, can cause respiratory problems because of the too much humidity, and it can start going mouldy, which you don't want for your animal, believe me. Not that I've had experience, because I haven't. All the Vivs are cleaned properly, but it does happen in collections, especially large collections. You basically just don't want that to happen. So I always put it gently on the hot side, the water dish, and the water does evaporate. What you doing, cheeky? He's very hyper today, as you can tell. But yeah, what you do is just put it on and it evaporates naturally. So there's no spraying, which can cause mould, mites, etc. If they're set up in a jungle environment, you probably could get away with moistening it, but I've never had any problems with him. Like shed wise, he's a brilliant shedder. And yeah, cheeky man. But yeah, it's just that worry. But the reason I got the towel out is because we've just had our first bath since he was little when I'd say he's a good 2 foot now. He's definitely grown. Oh, cheeky man. I don't know if you can see, he's all the way up there. Say hello. You're a cheeky man, you are. Yes, you are. But yeah, he's a good 2 foot now, but he didn't like the bath. I had hissing, very vocal, which I'm guessing was the hissing part. Oi, cheeky man. And now come on. Come on then. Come on. He's looking at me, but he won't come. He's like, go away, leave me alone. But yeah, I've very vocal. He was jumping and he was actually splashing his tail like it was like a whipping. And I thought, no, forget this. He was in the bath, what, 10 seconds? And I thought, no, I can't have this. One, because it's stress, and I never put stress on my animals. I work with, if you know, like Sasha. Sasha was very nippy when I had her, purely because she'd never been properly held. A very nippy girl. He was terrible nippy, and the first few weeks I had her, I had constant bites. Every viv, every time I looked at the viv, even when I walked past whoosh, at the glass, and I just got them out. I deliberately got them out when they was vicious and bit. You know, well I say vicious, they're not vicious. It's instinct, but you know what I mean. That's what people would say it was. So when okay, you want me to hold ya? Do ya? Cheeky. You're beautiful. But yeah, basically, yeah, I've always worked with the snakes. If they wasn't happy with something, or if I felt they wasn't happy, I wouldn't, you know, I deliberately wouldn't make them go through it. But the biting stage, none of them bite me now. They both look at me in the way that they did when they were biting, and I do sometimes think, am I going to get bitten today? But so far so good. I mean, he has got 10 times better since the freedom, the handling, since the arboreal, like since I've given him, because he perches now in the air, which is quite amazing to see actually, because when he was in, Sasha's in his old tank now, that glass one, and do you know what, she actually suits it really well. But I could see when I put that wood in his old tank, he was just perching on the top and he was squashed by the glass. So I thought, no, he needs a vivarium. So he's got a 2-foot viv. I don't know. I've just done a video. Don't know if you can, if I move my head. That's his viv. So, he's got a good setup, suitable for him because it's ground and arboreal, so he can do that. But it's just annoying for the lamp, like if it ever goes. I mean, I've got a spare lamp, but obviously you worry about the lamp going when you're not in, so that's a bit of a worry. Whereas a heat pad, they last years, but hey ho, that's life. But you know, and yeah, he's just got better. So he didn't like his bath, so I don't know if I'm gonna try that again. Not tonight, but I might try. I might try when he's bigger, like when I've had more time to work with his temperament. I mean, he's as you can see on the camera, he's puppy dog time. He's absolutely lovely. He jumps, but they are jumpy as babies. That's what they're like as babies. They're very, carpet boffins, they're very jumpy. But that's just it, isn't it, really? But apart from that, he's gorgeous. And he had 2 small mice it'll be last week now, actually. So I'm going to try and get him fattened up, because he's a year old in July. Now, I don't know what your comments are on that, whether he's small, big. I mean, don't forget, he wasn't eating a lot in, like, when we had him in a proper viv at first, and he wasn't eating a lot. But I think now that we've had time to settle him down, I know, cheeky, I know, gorgeous. Now that we've had time to settle him down, he's just thriving, really. The food, he's got a beautiful strike on him, well, I am going to say vicious, a real vicious strike on him, but it's absolutely lovely to watch. And you know, most people would go, oh, why would you like to watch a snake eating an animal? But that's life. They do eat meat, and that's their life. I can't, you know, I'm not God. I can't change what they eat. And so when people visit, I say, well, if you don't like what they eat and stuff, don't come and visit, because they're my animals and I look after them. This is my interest. I've got cats and dogs, but they're mostly the families. Like, the cats are my mum's and the dogs are like complete families. But I like my little weird things, you know, especially things I can have in my room, like my tortoises and snakes. I just love them. I mean, I've in total I've had 25 snakes. Not all mine, but I had a good bloody share. I think I had about 14 in my room at one point, all fed and watered, all lamped, thermostat. I just wish I'd have made a YouTube when I had all them, sadly, but you can't, I didn't plan to ever make a YouTube actually, but I'm really enjoying making YouTube. I love watching other videos and talking to people. It's just nice hearing what they do with their snakes and how they feed and But yeah, he's just thriving, so I've got no problem. But yeah, you're just doing really well, aren't you? But yeah, so that was just an update to say that, you know, give them as much freedom as you can, work with them, but work with them safely. Don't intervene if they're having a few stress days. Let them have the stress days, and what I mean by that is constant banging. Although I picked although I picked them up, Sasha and Nano, when they were biting, that's because I knew that it was an aggression bite. Whereas I'd know if they were being aggressive. Like I think I got to Sasha's aggression a little bit. I think it was because she had trap shed on her eyes, and she had 2 eyelids trapped, which must have been uncomfortable or painful. I mean, I'm not sure what is pain for a snake. Truthfully, I'm not sure whether it's a bone or whether the shed is painful. But I got it off her face, couple of baths, and I haven't given her a bath since, to tell you the truth, purely because of the respiratory problems. I didn't want to cause any further damage to her, like, in case she got respiratory problems, so I just basically, I got a wet towel and I gently rubbed, like they would on bark, like they would on bark and stuff, and I just rubbed them off and they gently peeled back, and it wasn't nice to watch or do because I had to hold her, and like, I'm not going to do it to him because he's jumpy, but I had to literally hold her head like and do the peel back, but I got them off, and when, honestly, I'm not joking, the minute I got them off, she come right to my face, and it was as if she was saying thank you, which I found amazing, really, because people don't believe you when they say that they're affectionate. I believe that they know their owner and stuff. My brother, I don't know if he'd behave for him now. He used to strike at my brother through the glass. I definitely know that. But he seems to have really toned down since I've had him. Like, he's just a gorgeous creature now. And yeah, my little baby. But yeah, leave comments, subscribe and whatever, and I'll do another video on Sasha soon. See you later, guys.